All right. We are live now. Oh,
Oh,
my
we are.
lovely.
I just shoved a piece of bagel in my
My
mouth. Sorry, everybody.
lovely moderator and beautiful girlfriend. Well, my amazing, my amazing,
Go ahead, keep
wonderful
going.
woman. Yeah. Sweet, caring, amazing, charming, everything. Alluring. All right, guys. Let's go ahead hyping her up. What we should be hyping up here, guys, is, of course, what you guys came here for. Choice of Robots. This is going
Yes.
to be a text adventure called Choice of Robots. Now, we were just perusing Steam, guys, and which Steam is
We
usually
were
full
what?
of the... I was browsing Steam. What did I say? Perusing.
Bruising.
Oh, my God.
Were you
Browsing.
kicking it, or what were you
Yeah,
doing to it? Poor Steam. No wonder it gives you crappy suggestions.
no shit, right? No, I was browsing Steam while Sarah looking on over Discord. And typically when we browse Steam, the new releases, and pretty much we're flooded with asset flips and
Oh,
hentai games and all
all
kinds of
kinds of
stuff.
crap.
Yeah. And so I decided to, I clicked on, there was a newer game, a new text adventure by Choice of Games. And I went in and I decided to sort the games by highest rating. Now, I know I've heard of Choice of Robots before. I think somebody, when I played when I read through Zombie Exodus years ago, recommended that I give Choice of Robots a try. Told me how good it was. But I've never tried it yet. And Sarah was telling me how she loves to read, but she can't get into these text adventures. So I find that fascinating, to be honest, Sarah. The fact that you love to read, but you can't get
Uh-huh.
into a very well-written text adventure just because it's on the computer, just because it's not a book that you turn the papers, And I think that's part of what she gets into. She's able to, and I get that. You get a
The
paperback
smell
book,
of the book, the
yeah.
feel of the book,
Get you a nice cup of hot chocolate. You go in there and you lay down on the
cozy up in
couch.
my little chair,
Yeah, you
and
get
yeah.
that blanket up on you, and you start flipping through those pages of a new book, and you go into reading it and stuff like that. But let's be honest, a well-written novel, well-written text is well-written text, whether it's on paper, whether it's transmitted digitally, or whether it's read to you orally. So
I agree with that. But for me, I just cannot get into this kind of thing. I've tried, listened so many times when you read the zombie one that you
We also, to be
can't
fair,
remember
we
the
also
name.
know that you don't like zombies. In fact, you hate zombies.
I
So,
do.
okay, that's fair. So, what we're going to do here, guys, with you guys watching, we are going to create some live streams, and we're going to try to see if we can use the
He's trying to
highest.
convert me to a text-based
I've
game
never
lover.
read this. I've never seen the videos. Guys, I don't know. What I did is I chose Choice of Robots because I know it's been recommended to me in the past, and because this is the highest rated text adventure on Steam right now. So we're going to, and I have an
Hi,
idea.
Jessica. Welcome into the stream.
Well, welcome, Jessica. Have you ever heard of Choice of Robots, Jessica? If so, what we're going to try to do is, I know I love these because I love freaking Zombie Exodus. I read Zombie Exodus Safe Haven, and I read another one. I read one that wasn't quite so good, but I still got into it, and it was really well done as well. I've read a few of these guys over the past several years, and I really like these. I like that these games make you use your imagination and put yourself into something. And I still say that a well-written text adventure can be better than any TV show or movie we can watch. It could be better than the most amazing 3D graphical game because there really is nothing like your imagination. So if you guys are here and you've never appreciated a well-written text adventure, I'm hoping that Choice of Robots matches the reviews. Right now, guys, it has over 1,700 reviews and 96% positive reviews. And Sarah was like, well, we found all kinds of games on Steam in the past, Zach, that are really bad games. And she's pointing different games out that are really high reviewed, like Fat Prisoner Simulator and stuff like that, right? She's pointing those out. And those are getting really positive reviews. Yes, but games like Fat Prisoner Simulator, Most of those games on just a asset flip or a piece of trash or something like that game, most of those positive reviews are just coming from trolls, basically, on Steam.
Oh.
People that are memeing.
Zulus says that Twitter is a text-based game.
That's pretty
I
good.
don't know. I don't have Twitter, so.
That's funny. There's a lot of drama
Yeah.
on Twitter for sure. Never heard of it. Never played this type
I
of game.
stay away from most social media, so.
So welcome, guys. We're gonna go ahead and take a new adventure with a different type of game that probably some of you guys have ever seen before. But I have an idea, and I want to see if Sarah, who loves a good book, can get into an award-winning. I believe Choice of Robots has won some awards. I believe I've looked at this before. Maybe not. Okay, I thought that was awards, but no, I don't know. It's not award-winning, but hey, people love it. So we're gonna go ahead and try it. We're gonna see if Sarah can get into it at all. And one way I think we could do that is we're gonna play a little game here, guys. So in these adventures, on these text adventures, you have to read.
Explain it. I gotta finish my bagel.
You finish your bagel, woman. So I'll explain this. This is the rules, guys. And I want you guys, if you guys are watching the stream, live here or whatever, you guys can put in your choices, your thoughts, obviously, just as like if I was doing a visual novel or whatever. Definitely put us your thoughts if something you think is cool or, you think we should do whatever. Definitely put that in. We'll try to get to your comments, when we reach a breaking point or a stopping point in the reading. But what we're going to do here, guys, is I'm going to read the first page of text, however long it is, whether it's one paragraph or it fills the whole page. And if I get to the bottom and I have choices here like this, then Sarah has to make the choice for what we do. And then the next page, Sarah will read. And if it has choices, then I have to make that choice, right? And if you guys are putting choices in the live stream chat, we will take those and, we'll read those or whatever if you guys are getting them in time and stuff like that. And I'll, like, let's say that Sarah reads this page and she has choices. She'll read the choices to me. She's like, okay, Zach, are you going to do this? Or Zach, are you going to do this? Or are you going to do this? And she'll read the choices out to me and to you guys watching. And then I will make that choice. And if anybody's commenting in the chat, I'll definitely consider what you guys are saying. So maybe you guys say, well, I think you should go right because you heard sounds down that way. I want to find out what's going on down there or whatever. Just put whatever you guys are thinking in the chat. So that's how we're going to do this, guys. So hopefully we can see if we can enjoy this highly rated text adventure game together and see why it's getting such high positive reviews. And it basically says the robots will change the world, or your robots will change the world, sorry. Will you show them the meaning of true love, or the true meaning of love, sorry. Will you show them the true meaning of love, or conquer Alaska with your robot army? Okay. So it is science fiction. And 300,000 word, written by Kevin Gold, where your choices control the story. Build a unique robot character. You choose everything from its shape to what it calls you. That sounds kind of interesting. You can instigate or prevent a robotic uprising. Teach your robots to love humanity or disdain it. Build an artificial intelligence suitable to take control of the world's governments. Start a war against the United States and win. Wow, you can start a war against the United States and win? Damn. You could even marry a human or an advanced robot and start a family. How the hell would you start a family with a fucking marrying an advanced robot? That's interesting. Play out over 30 years of your life.
Family used very loosely then.
No kidding, right?
Because that's just, it's not really possible.
Play out 30 years of your life as a brilliant robot maker from graduate school near the present day to a future in which your robots have changed everything. Depending on your choices, the robots may be independent or obedient, clumsy or graceful, empathetic or cold, and you yourself may live to an old age happily married or alone with only robots to comfort you. That sounds kind of metallic and converted, Zach says what Jessica says.
Yeah, because see, they're both on my side. Ha 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 ha.
You can play as a male or female. You can play as gay or straight. You can have 9 different characters to romance with, probably including robots. Oh my god. Could you imagine having intercourse with a robot? How the hell does that work?
Robot romance. I don't
4
really
alternate
know.
climax chapters and over 70 achievements to unlock. Well, guys, we are going to find out Yeah, we're going to try to find out why Choice of Robots is the highest rated text adventure on Steam right now. And hopefully you guys
And
will enjoy
Zulus
this.
and Jessica, after this, we can cleanse our minds again by picking up a book.
Well, yeah, that's funny.
I just have to tease you. You know I do.
I haven't read some. I'm not a big book reader. I probably read more visual novels now and text adventures online in my days of streaming than books I've ever read in my life, to be honest. But I have read a few really good books. My favorite book is still going to be the legendary Lonesome Dove. I love both the miniseries and the book. And we are launching this, guys, after 11 minutes of chatter. And I don't see if the game's working, Sarah.
Oh, darn. What a shame.
Oh, we'll get it working, girl. Don't you give me that. Don't you give me that
Oh,
sass. That's one thing I like about her is her
darn.
sass.
Shucky darn.
What in the hell could possibly be wrong? Choice of Robots, a game that is selling this well,
That's what.
doesn't even have X space enter. We got a blank screen. Sarah, your turn to read. We got a blank screen here.
Okay, I'm going to read it. Here we go.
I'm gonna read it. Wow, what a fascinating novel. What the hell is going on?
I am blown away by this.
Wow. What in the hell?
Oh my gosh. Guys, we're saved.
Game giving me only a white screen. Here we go. What's going on?
God damn it.
There's no answers.
Oh, yay. Yay.
I tried everything I could think of and not fix the issue. I restarted my computer, reinstalled the game, tried running it as an admin, and it just, any help would be appreciated. And this was more than 3 years ago, and nobody has provided an answer. It says 5 people here, though.
Yes, Jessica, I'm having a lot of fun with this right now.
Wow. It says 5 people have responded. It says last post divided by 0 on September 27, 2019. But when I click on this, oh, there we go.
Ah, there we go.
I was gonna say. I think you should let a pro try to handle it. Haha. Others have suggested it takes a while, but just let it sit there for half an hour and while it's doing nothing. What? How did you fix this? I used another computer and it worked. Alright, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something that fixes a lot of games. I'm just gonna go. Nobody really has an answer. I'm just gonna try something that fixes a lot of games when they don't work right, and that's simply logging out of Steam and logging back in. Sarah and I think Sarah's seen this fix several problems in the past with games.
Oh, yeah, you've had trouble before. And
Yep.
that's what you've done. You've just logged
A lot
out,
of times it does fix
logged
it.
back in, and it works. Damn it. I told you I didn't want to do this today.
Yeah, she is very resistant to change. We're gonna try to change
No,
that.
you know that is not true.
She is just very resistant to me. I think that's what it is. You're just very resistant to me, aren't you, Sarah? Sarah's having fun. It's an older game. We'll see if this fixes it, guys. What do you guys think? You guys give me a vote if you guys think this will fix the game. Look at all these icons. I need to go in and clean all these icons up again soon.
Oh, Jessica, it has been far worse than this.
Oh, my
You
desktop.
guys,
Oh, yeah. This is clean.
way worse. This is clean.
Guys, at one point, I have 2 monitors. At one point, I had nothing but icons on here, and I had my second monitor halfway full of icons as well. That usually happens when I'm like working on making a game, and I have all kinds of different sprites and all kinds of shit just everywhere, sound effects, and stuff like that. But I do need to clean it up again. Look at there, Sarah.
Damn.
Listen to her say, "Damn, we got it working." Hey, this is probably the most fun we've ever had. We'll have in the whole game was like the game not working and listen to that sigh.
Probably.
Listen to that sigh. All right, Sarah.
Okay,
I
who's reading
am going to.
first?
I get to read first. No, you know what? Fine, ladies first.
Why do you get to go first?
Ladies first. You're right. So that means I have to make the choice. So you need to read all the choices to me.
Ooh, okay.
Go for it.
Where are you? In the court of the Egyptian god Anubis, answering for my sins, on a war-torn battlefield with a robotic Statue of Liberty. Okay, that's weird. On a cliff in Ireland watching the sunset with a robot companion, or on a utopian beach ruled by a god-like cloud of robots. What is your choice?
What is my choice? I have to make the choice since she read all 3 words. Look how lazy she is, guys. Where are you?
What?
You are so lazy. You wanted to read first because you saw 3 words. Well, I mean, you had to read the choice.
Oh, wait a minute. Who said to go first? Everyone listening.
I was going to go first, and
first?
you had to argue with me. Thank you. Started arguing,
what?
so I just gave in. I was like,
You need
fine.
to remember that this live stream will stop one time. This is going to end. And you have me to deal with later. That's not much of a threat, I know.
All right. So, if I'm no robots must die.
Okay, so where are
with
you?
a robotic Statue of Liberty on a cliff in Ireland. What? You know what? Watching the sunset on a cliff in Ireland sounds very nice. So I'm going to choose on a cliff in Ireland, watching the sunset with a robot companion. That sounds interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't say that we're in love with this robot. It just says a robot companion. That could mean like just a buddy, right? Right?
Well, true, but I think the other is implied.
Well, let's find out what happens. We're going to do it.
Okay.
So the next page is sitting on a seaside cliff in Ireland, watching the sunset, is the robot companion you always wanted. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. So this isn't just a friend. This is the robot companion I've always wanted. Well, that sounds weird. Really weird. All right, so he proposed to you. He proposed to you at this very spot, or he proposed to us at this very spot, Sarah, since we are playing this game. She proposed to us. So basically, we're saying, are we a guy or a girl? He proposed to me at this very spot. She proposed to is the robot a boy or a girl? Basically, is what we're saying. And
right.
He and I travel the world together exploring, or she and I travel the world together exploring. I think for first of all, before we actually give you this choice, I think we're going to go ahead and say that since it's my live stream and my stream, I guess we'll say that I'm a guy. So are you get to choose basically, am I gay or not? Do I have a guy robot or do I have a girl robot?
But if it says he and I, that could mean that he's like a buddy.
Yeah,
not
I guess
necessarily that it's a romantic relationship.
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna say he and I travel the world together exploring. Or then again, we could just make it that you two are something. More than just friends.
You get to make the choice, and you're already mad at me, so yeah, have fun. She's gonna make me gay with a robot, guys. Listen, we'll watch her.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
He and I travel the world together exploring.
Okay. So he and I travel the world together exploring. So when we visualize this guy is just, I guess, visualize me, I guess, as it being the eye.
You two are just sitting together.
Yep. All right. So I get to read a whole page of text, and you don't have to make any choices. No, wait a minute. No, I read that last one. This is you. Yep, this is you.
Yeah. Do I have to read the plus empathy?
No.
Plus autonomy?
No.
Okay. All right, this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you two are the best of friends. He's clothed. He's a robot. He's got clothes on?
I guess so.
Okay. Alrighty then. He's clothed in a loose-fitting red tunic. Okay. And he shoots you a puckish, friendly look. You sit down beside him to watch the sunset together. I hope I didn't keep you waiting, you say. Actually, I'm still waiting, he says with a slight smile, for you to build me. Okay, he's already built that. Weird. Okay, anyway. I can do that, you say. He looks sad for a moment. Yes, but it will take a lot out of you. He puts his hand on yours, but I promise you that if you give your humanity to me, then I will give it back one day. Don't trust a robot.
Oh my God.
I understand, you say. Just remember that no great thing happens without sacrifice, he says, and I'm sorry.
Wow.
Fuck you, dude.
All right, so
Screw you, little red tunic robot.
We got a
You are
robot in a
not
red
getting my
tunic.
humanity. See, Zulus is right. Don't trust robots.
Yeah,
I know. You can't trust those things.
he's waiting for me to build him, and he has a slight smile. I'm trying to envision this.
Give him your humanity. Saying, oh, well, I'll give it back to you one day. Screw you, buddy.
Oh my god. So is he basically saying, Sarah, I gotta ask this. Is he basically saying he wants me to bone him?
No!
Well, what is he saying by saying giving me my humanity? What am I supposed what the hell is going on here? I'm so confused.
Just
Explain
keep
this to me.
reading.
Just keep reading? Okay.
Yeah, you're reading way too into it right
Okay,
now.
you're probably right. I have no idea. See, told you don't trust robots, Zula says.
I know.
Right.
Don't
Oh,
trust
look at
them
this. I got look at now I get the very few words to read. Some things are in our control and others not. Epictetus? Epictetus. Okay, whatever. Chapter 1, Assembly.
Yes.
Your turn.
You awaken with your head on a desktop keyboard. Your 3D drafting program is still open. The schematic zoomed in to the recess where your smartphone will snap into its back to act as its brain. You recall fiddling with that part endlessly last night until finally your vision began to fade. There was a roaring in your ears. You realized you had been working far, far too long. You must have passed out.
Okay.
It's the fall of 2019. You're a 24-year-old graduate student in the PhD program in computer science at Stanford. And you're a guy or a girl.
Oh, this was about me and the robot, but you know what? Now, I'm not taking any chances on boning a robot or getting boned
It
by a
like
robot.
went to the future first, and
so
now it's.
we
at
are
the
just
beginning.
wrapping. We're since I get to make this choice. She read this.
So this is LOL bone.
Yep, we are changing this to Sarah. Sarah is now with the
No.
robot. Yes, I get to make the choice.
No.
This is all about you.
That
the
had
robot.
nothing to do with.
You are a girl.
I hate
This is
when
all
he
about
does
Sarah.
this.
Sarah.
I hate
Sarah,
when he
you're
does
in this with
this
this
to me.
robot, not me anymore.
It's just not. It's not fair.
It's fair.
It's really not fair.
We
when he
made the
does this
rules
to me.
beforehand. It's totally fair. This is you and that robot, and you can worry about boning him or whatever the hell he's talking about giving him
That was
humanity.
not what it was about.
Okay,
Oh,
well.
don't be so small-minded.
Don't be so small-minded. Listen to this. We're already having fun, guys. So Sarah, you're in with this robot, and you're a 24-year-old graduate. So neener. So you are basically working too hard with your 3D drafting program and all that.
I was pretty darn tired.
Oh, this would be so perfect if
That would have been absolutely hilarious if
Sarah-
my name was up there. I'd be like, that's who I'm out.
we could type Sarah. That is an option. So whose name is my turn to read and your turn to choose. She gets to choose her name though. Whose name is? This is actually working out perfect, guys. What do you
Read
want?
it.
Whose name is?
You didn't read them to me.
Oh, I gotta read all the choices. Oh man, that's right.
Yeah. See, you told me I had to read the choices to you, and you have to read the choices to me. Go
You're
ahead.
right. You're
chop,
right.
chop.
Susan,
Get to it.
Ada, Grace, Sophia, Hippotia,
I
Marie.
haven't heard that name before.
I haven't either. Cynthia, or here, I'll just type my fucking name for you. Sorry, I inserted another word. I hate when I do that.
He inserts words a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the funny thing is, other than Hypatia, I know a person with every single one of these names.
Do you?
I'm like, who do I not like the most?
What is your name, girl?
Or do I want to go with something completely different?
Like I said, you could go with your name.
Mm-mm.
No, not go with your name.
No.
Go with you, though. No matter what name you choose, I'm just saying. It's still Sarah, guys. Still Sarah.
Okay, let's just put a name in.
Okay.
Let's put a different name in.
Oh, now I get to do it.
Oh, damn. No!
Perfect.
Mother fudger. That's not fair.
Hey, you are. I didn't make the. Well, I made the rules, but I didn't like plan this out.
Oh my gosh, no, we didn't plan this out the first
at
time
all.
we've seen this.
Yep. So
Oh, God. Ah.
read it, guys.
What's your first name?
I'm gonna let you guys in the chat tell me what I should name her, guys. I'm not gonna
Yes,
do
okay.
it. You guys in the
Let's
chat name
leave
her.
it to, let's leave it to those who are watching. What do you think would be a good name
For
for the
her.
person?
For
I
her.
swear to God, they're gonna
For
say
Sarah.
Sarah. They're gonna say Sarah.
I don't think they will. I think they like you, so I don't think they'll name it to make you be Sarah.
Maybe.
We'll see. It'll be interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared to put in what they think. Come on, guys.
No, I'm not gonna get upset.
Just give us a female name. Yeah, she's really nice, guys. She be upset with you, no matter what it is.
On the slightest bit.
We're doing this to have fun. Like you would play any game to have. This is kind of funny the way it's all working out, though.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody?
It is. So, oh, come on, guys. For those watching, what do you think would be a good name for the title character? What should be the name for the protagonist? Come on. Seriously.
All right, guys.
And it's perfectly okay if you put my name. Like I said, I'm not going to be upset, for heaven's sake.
All right, guys.
No.
They're not helping out, Sarah. So we have to continue on. So it's going to be up to me here, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make your name be. There we go. That looks good.
Really? No.
No, you don't like that?
Better name than that. Come on.
Here's your name backwards.
I
You saw
know
that.
it is.
You guys got any ideas? Come on.
I did that one day. In high school. I was just being just a complete smartass one day, and I wrote my name backwards, first and last name, and put it and submitted it. And my teacher was like, "Really?"
Right.
Like, I don't know who did this.
So Zula's here says Veronica, and I like that. We're just going to do that, but you're going to have a K instead of a C, just to change it up. Veronica is it. Your name's Veronica. It's horrible.
Okay.
And so it went
Veronica,
my turn now.
is that right? Yes. Oops, typo. Sorry. Show me.
Well, actually, it's my turn to read. Don't try to steal my thunder here. Veronica, is that right? Yes.
Oh, it is.
It is, yeah. Veronica, is that right?
Sorry.
So here, you're just confirming it. So here,
Yes.
you can basically tell me no if you want, and we can retype
No,
it.
it's okay.
Okay.
Veronica's fine.
Your turn.
Ah, what is your last name? Tesla, Calvin, Tezuka, I guess is how you would say that. Goldberg, Kwan. The exclamation point is a click. Oh, I can't. Okay, there we go. Nyan Kim Doniak, I guess. None of these is my last name. I'll type it.
I get to choose.
I tried to get the in there as best I could.
You know what? I'm just going to choose a name here. I'm just going to go Goldberg.
She sound fancy.
Right.
Okay.
So you look around your apartment, Veronica Goldberg. What does it look like? My BattleBots trophy is perched on a widescreen TV equipped with the latest video game console. Neatly labeled plastic shelving units sit on a 3D printer equipped robot workbench. Busts of famous philosophers sets next to my own attempts to sculpt them. And my shelves display all the strange little robotic creatures I've made over the years. Well, you girl.
Well, the second one sounds more organized, like I would be.
Okay. You're saying you're organized. See, she is really organized, guys, to be honest.
Yeah, probably a little too much, huh?
Her and I are completely different. I'm like completely unorganized, and she is way organized.
I have labels on everything, and each little different stuff has their little
She plans out her meals a week in advance. I scramble to make things the last minute. Like, her and I are so different in so many ways. Probably why we get along so well.
It has to be the second one.
Neatly
No!
labeled.
This is someone completely different than myself.
True. But if you think
So,
that would make you be able to get into the story more, then by all means.
not necessarily.
Okay.
But, I mean, I got to think of what this character would be like. So, she probably has little robotic creatures on different shelves that she's made.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll go with the last one then.
Okay.
As much as it
Display all
pains
the
me to do
strange little
so.
robotic creatures I've made over the years. I can
Who's to
I can
say
visualize
they're
that.
not in their little, they might be in their little areas, so it's okay.
Fair enough. All right.
Oh, is it my turn?
It is.
Oh, okay. You've always been fascinated with the idea of creating artificial life. You've got at least 20 such creations on your shelves. They're construction materials, a timeline of your life. The earliest is made of toothpicks and glue. Oh, how cute. The latest, a spider robot you made out of your old smartphone when your plan gave you a new one. Your creations often confuse people who don't get that robots don't have to be for anything. When people pick up your three-legged wall-climbing robot that sings when it detects encrypted wireless packets, they ask, "What the heck is that for?" And you reply, "What's anything for? What are you for?" Ooh. Okay, maybe you don't say that, but you sometimes think it. It strikes you for a moment that this kind of thinking about how your life affects your robots is second nature to you, though others might find it peculiar. You've always been fascinated by how every little detail of your life, from the content of your dreams to the decor of your room, changes the inputs to the robots you create, boosts their empathy or autonomy or grace or appeal to the military. Surely there are other things going on around you as a result of your decisions, but they don't immediately strike you in the same way. Today, your robot is foremost on your mind because you're about to build its body. You pick up your laptop and head for the Stanford machine shop.
Ooh. Okay. Zula says opposites attract. Well, that's for sure. Opposites do
True.
attract. I mean, men and women. You know, maybe in this case, a woman and a robot. I don't know. All right. So I liked what he said up there, though, real quick. He basically said, and they ask, "What the heck is that for?" And you reply, "What's anything for? What are you for?" Okay, maybe you don't say that, but you sometimes think it. And then again, so basically, this right here means you get a plus to your to that
Autonomy?
skill. Yeah. And so I believe you can go in and you can look at your stats, and you have relationships. But right here, here's your skills. So you're still buggy. Everything's buggy. Grace, empathy. So
Well, your robot.
yeah. Oh, your robot. Yeah, it's buggy. Yeah. Yep. And this is about you. This is about your robot.
I'm sorry. Oh, my stats are tickling me. Fame, 0. Who? Wealth, 0. Broke. Romance, none.
Yep, you have no
That
romance,
poor
sir.
thing.
You have no romance in your life. How does that feel? None. Romance.
Not
None.
terrible.
Sex, love, romance, nothing. Yeah, you're broke. You have nothing. You have no
Veronica
money.
is hard up.
Yeah, Veronica's real hard up. You have no fame.
Oh, Zulus, I haven't seen that movie Her yet. I know it's on Netflix, and I keep thinking, okay, I want to see it to see what it's like
I've never heard
because
of
I
it.
like Joaquin Phoenix, but I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
You have no relationships yet here. I have a feeling one of these relationships is potentially going to be with your robot at some point. We have all question marks. But as you play this game, this all starts to fill out. All right,
It'll
so
change.
pick up your laptop and head for
My
the
character has 90% humanity.
Yeah, you are very good at like being.
Only 90% human?
It's a beautiful spring day in Palo Alto, California, and your apartment is only a short walk from the machine shop. But the streets of Palo Alto are not designed for walking. You find yourself climbing around palm trees and balancing on narrow curves as you do every day. You hear a low roar overhead. Glancing up, you see it's a flying car, a Nimbus. A little over $300,000. You can buy a car with wings that fold out. That's a lot of money.
Damn.
So that is what becomes a small sport plane. The red Nimbus looks sleek and sporty. It's the sort of car its owners takes religiously to the car wash. I can see that if you're spending that much money on it. The red Nimbus looks sleek and with car wash. Though the commercials would have you believe that you could fly anywhere you want in those cars, The FAA still requires them to take off and land from airports. Only here in wealthy Silicon Valley do you see them with any frequency. The first time you saw one, you couldn't quite believe the future had arrived so quickly. But the second time you saw one, you thought, it will be one. I will be one of those one day. I swear it. I will own one of those one day. I swear it. And I'll be one. I will own one of those one day. I swear it. If I ever make that much money, I'll use it to help the world instead of buying that damn car. Or do you say, why aren't those flying cars driving themselves? Question. Good point.
Okay. Number 2 and 3 would be my normal typical response.
Uh-huh.
2 first and then the third one.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to, so since I'm trying to be totally not me,
You're trying to be
I'll say the
Veronica?
first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should go with what you think. I think you should go with what you're thinking. Who you are.
Really? Okay, then it's the middle one.
The middle one? Okay.
Yeah.
So if I ever make that much money, I'll use it to help her. What a sweet gal she is. See what I told you? I told you at the very start of the stream that she was a sweet, big-hearted gal. Now, there you go. She would use that $300,000 to help the world instead of buying that damn car. I like it. So, Veronica.
And then I'd be like, and besides, why aren't they flying themselves anyway?
Well, that's probably what I would choose if it was me. Yeah. I mean, I like helping people, but I think this would overwhelm me. I'd be like, why aren't those driving themselves if they're so damn sophisticated? All right.
Yep.
Anyway, Veronica Goldberg is going to be she's thinking to herself, I will help the world instead of buying that car. You don't understand. Oh, no, this is you.
Oh, thank you. You don't understand Silicon Valley sometimes. If you had $300,000, surely you could save many lives with that money. You promise yourself that you will hang on to your ideals, even if you should become wealthy.
Wow. So you made a promise to yourself, Sarah, that you're going to...
straight.
You are going to hang on to those ideals no matter how
Not
wealthy
like I'm ever going to become wealthy, but darn straight.
You might get healthy in Choice of Robots. It could happen, right? Right. The Stanford University... Let's see if that changed our stats at all. That choice. Look at that. You raised your humanity by 1%.
1% humanity.
Went up. Kind of cool.
Yep.
All right.
Sweet.
The Stanford University fabrication shop smells like oil and burnt plastic. The room is dominated by large metal hand-cranked milling machines and lathes, dinosaurs of the 20th century, while the most used machines are the smaller 3D printers and computer-controlled water jet cutters that take a quarter of the space.
And those are cool, by the way. Have you ever seen those?
I haven't.
The water jet cutters? So cool. Okay, sorry.
They are cool. I've never seen one. I bet that would be cool.
Yep.
The lights have the sterile fluorescence of an operating room with only a single fluorescence. Yeah, the lights have the sterile fluorescence of an operating room with only a single teeny window near the ceiling to inform you that it is day. You start up a national public radio podcast on your laptop. You haven't seen your advisor much since you joined the lab, so you choose the episode in which he's the interviewee. Okay. My guest today is Dr. Harvey Ziegler, says a woman with a soothing voice. Dr. Ziegler, thank you for talking with us today. He says, well, a scientist does have some responsibility to inform the unwashed masses, Terry. You let the podcast run as you walk over to the 3D printers. What material have you decided to use for your robot? Plastic. It may break easily, but it's both lightweight and cheap. Metal. It's the most resistant to damage. Or wood, because it's the most pleasing to the hand and eye. Ooh. Choices.
Plastic.
Plastic? Because it's cheap and easy, or because it's lightweight? Are you choosing this because it's cheap or because it's lightweight?
Because it's lightweight.
Lightweight, okay. So you can pick it up. You want to be able to. You want to be able to manhandle this robot and put it up on your shelf.
Oh my God! I can't believe that he's going that way.
No, I said put it up on your shelf, not put it on your bed or put
Plus, especially for heaven's sakes, if we're using a 3D printer, of course I'm going to be using the proper kind of materials, which will be a plastic type material,
right?
Or whatever they call it.
Well, let's hope it doesn't break easily.
Wood.
I respect your decision. Let's just hope it doesn't break later on.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Let me decide my part of the robot.
It's cheap.
Okay.
She wants
You
to
walk
save.
over
She
to
wants
the
to save
stack.
that money to save the world. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. You walk over to the stack of 3D printer cartridges, unwrap one, unload the large cylinder of meltable plastic into the printer. You often find yourself needing to make little repairs to your robot yourself, and over time, the savings from plastic will start to add up.
Okay.
Thermoplastics aren't the best when there's fire nearby, though.
Ooh, so you lost one to military and you gained one to wealth. Okay.
That's okay. Dr. Ziegler, in your new book, you talk about the singularity. Could you describe for your listeners what that is, for our listeners, what that is? Terry, the singularity is the coming time when artificial intelligence will have figured out how to make themselves and us smarter. Once that happens, the process will build on itself until the robots are smart enough to figure out how we can live longer, or just take us out. Is, is that possible? The interviewer asks. Living forever? Of course, Professor Ziegler says. What does it matter whether our operating systems are made out of meat or silicone? So you're predicting we'll become robots? Not exactly, Ziegler says. But I do think the line between humans and robots will blur. You are hardly listening to the podcast because you're about to make your first robot part. What does the head of your robot look like? A human face, as lifelike as I can make it. A simple box with eyes, clearly not trying to be anything but a robot. It will be felt covered and big eyes like a puppet, so people will not be afraid of it. It has a ring of cameras around its head for a 360-degree view. Or it will look like a Venetian mask, beautiful, expressionless, and otherworldly.
I get to decide what this face of a robot looks like. For you, Sarah, I think I'm going to make this cute. And so I'm going to say it will be felt covered and big-eyed like a puppet, so people will not be afraid of it. Yeah, that sounds good.
Interesting. That wouldn't have been my choice. It's interesting.
Oh, but what would have been your choice? The lifelike one?
mask.
Oh, the
The
mask.
Venetian mask.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about
Because
that one,
I think they're
actually.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to have one. Not
Right.
like I'm going to a masquerade ball or anything, but I just love to have one because I think they're pretty.
Oh, I should have asked what you wanted there. All right.
No, it wasn't my choice.
True. All right, the 3D printer is only creating the frame now, so it actually looks a little disturbing, like a puppet skill. When the frame is done, you decide to glue down the cloth immediately and attach the big plastic eyes that make your robot look friendly and innocent. Ah, much better. So we got plus to empathy. Ooh.
Yay!
Dr. Ziegler, what makes you think the singularity will happen now? Well, for one thing, I'm around, but seriously, my lab is taking a unique approach because we're saying, why not teach a robot like a child? We're going to equip the robot with the best sensors money can buy, teach it English. Then it could rapidly teach itself using the internet. Okay? Well, that's annoying. Your advisor thought a robot child was a stupid idea until you told him Turing proposed it back in 1950, minus the internet part. But he isn't giving credit to either of you. Keep working, regardless. How will your robot get around? Alright, it will walk upright on 2 legs, like a human. It will crawl on 8 legs, like a spider. It will roll on wheels. It will fly like a helicopter. It will roll on train treads.
Puppet!
We got a puppet-headed robot already that's adorable, and now we're choosing how it's going to get around. Rolling on tank treads. Could you imagine this adorable-looking puppet robot rolling around like a tank?
No.
It will walk upright, but will also have delicate wings that it can use for balance.
He's so cute.
That is adorable.
Oh.
Now, some of these I just couldn't visualize.
Okay, yeah. The whole crawling on 8 legs things
Yeah.
makes me think of Toy Story.
Uh-huh.
In Sid's room when the one with the baby doll head came crawling out and it was like the spider legs. But
Oh, man.
anyway, I will say the first one. I'll
It
just
will
walk
walk
on 2
upright on
legs.
2 legs. Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, my turn. When the 3D printer is done with the head, you start the program that produces the torso and cue up the upper and lower legs. You think being bipedal will help your robot get along with humans, though it will also make it easier for your robot to trip and fall. You use the basic hand-cranked milling machines to drill holes in the head for screws, since 3D printers aren't the best for threaded holes. And who is going to raise the robotic child? The interviewer asks. Who does all the grunt work in a research laboratory? Professor Ziegler says. The graduate students, of course. You find yourself wanting to reply to the podcast. Now, these are your three choices.
Mm-hmm.
It's not grunt work. Education is critical to the robot's development. We also do all the real science. Or the last, perhaps you could learn something from doing a little grunt work yourself, Professor Ziegler.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Feisty.
Uh-huh. Darn right.
I'm going to say it's not grunt work. Education is critical to the robot's development.
Mm-hmm. But under your breath, you're mumbling the other.
Yeah, you're mumbling that, yeah. Exactly. Graduate students always overestimate the degree to which teaching actually matters, says Professor Ziegler, who appears to have entered the machine shop behind you when you weren't looking. If the robot's smart, it'll learn no matter what. And if it's not, it won't. Professor Ziegler is a heavy-set man wearing a Hawaiian shirt and aviator sunglasses. Okay, I'm trying to picture that.
I like aviator sunglasses.
Yeah, they are cool. He stalks over to your computer. Stalks over to your computer rather than walking, okay? We'll be back in a moment, continues the interviewer. We're talking with Professor. Professor Ziegler pauses the podcast by hitting your laptop spacebar, and you flinch at this intrusion. And then he pulls a cigar from his pocket and lights it, and the smell of smoke mingles with the oily smell of the machine shop. I'm writing a grant for DARPA, and I need to see what you're making back here. We ultimately get funded by the Department of Defense, so we have to make sure that they're happy with our product.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, now we're in trouble. He cast a critical eye on the work you've done so far. Uh-oh, this is not good. And he says, this is a prototype, right? He says, you're going to build the final thing out of metal, I hope. That's kind of what he sounds like he's saying. You're going to build the final thing out of metal, right? All right, now you got to choose. Yes, sir. And I'm telling the truth. Are you going to lie to him and say yes, but be lying? Ooh. Or are you going to say no? We would certainly say that we could certainly say it's a prototype in the grant. Or no, the plastic parts are meant to make it easier to repair. I don't think the military should have a problem with that. Kind of like basically saying, fuck you, we're keeping it made out of metal. I mean, keep it made out of plastic.
We should probably stick with the first one. Especially if your funding is coming from that, you kind of need to make them happy.
Yeah, that's probably true. So we're basically here, this is allowing you to change your plastic choice from earlier to metal. Okay, so yes, sir, and you're telling the truth. I like it. Hey, your turn.
Okay. You decide the material doesn't matter to you enough to fight about it with your advisor, and you'll probably benefit from the second pass of the construction anyway. You transfer the 3D model files to the water jet cutter and begin cutting new pieces. Professor Ziegler turns to examining your robot's head, which is currently sitting on the table next to the 3D printer. You've got to be kidding me,
The puppet
Ziegler
head.
says. I am not selling a Muppet to DARPA. It's not for them, you say. It's for kids. It's supposed to be a pleasant presence around the house. Why are you so fixated on DARPA? Can't we get funding from the National Science Foundation? NSF grants are a killing field, Ziegler grouses. The amounts of money are tiny compared to defense research, and you have to be the best of the best to get any funding at all.
Wow.
You privately wonder if that's just Professor Ziegler's perception. You decide to apply to an NSF grant if you can find the time. And what are you planning to do for the arms and hands? Professor Ziegler asks. Okay. Tyrannosaurus Rex was the most intimidating dinosaur imaginable, wasn't it? It will have T-Rex arms.
Oh my
They're
god.
teeny tiny arms.
That's funny.
I will have a gun for an arm like Mega Man. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, Mega Man. Mechanical grippers built for strength instead of dexterity. I was thinking sort of Swiss Army knife hands with tools that pop out of the fingers. Okay, creepy.
Uh-huh.
I plan to build a soft hand with a good sense of touch.
Oh
Or
boy.
I was thinking, why just 2 arms? I'll have lots of arms springing out of its back like Inspector Gadget.
Wow. That's a lot of choices. Is it just me, or are you thinking this is just like this choice here is made for people that are wanting to have some kind of intimate relationship with their robot? I plan to give it a soft hand with a good sense of touch. Oh, baby. I don't know. I'm just thinking that's for the people that might want to pursue this whole story as far as having a relationship with their robot. You know, they'd probably be choosing. If you chose this, you'd probably be choosing the option for the most realistic person head on the robot as well. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, we're gonna have fun with this, and we're gonna make it a gun for an arm, like Mega Man. Hell
like
yeah.
Mega Man.
Yeah, you like that one? Didn't do that. And
Okay.
Zula says, "I feel like at the end of this, we will be signed up for healthcare or something."
I know, seriously.
I like
all
how
of
it
this
didn't.
stuff and
I like how it gave us
choices,
the
yeah.
choice earlier to change from plastic to metal, but here it didn't really give us a choice to change from the doll face to some other face. Here, it pretty much just said, "Hey,
Puppet head.
we're keeping the puppet head, but we're going to apply for
Give him
a
a puppet
grant
head,
with
but
the
we're giving
national."
him a gun like Mega Man.
Yeah, he's gonna have. We're trying to get funding from the
Scary
national
puppet.
from the National Science Foundation. We're gonna try to get funding from there.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
This is going to be crazy. So we got a robot here. It's going to be made out of metal, but it's going to have a puppet head, and it's going to have a if we get away with this, it'll have a gun for an arm. All right. Okay. Mega Man, Ziegler says, is that a comic book character or something? Oh, you don't know who Mega Man is? What, Mr.
He
Ziegler?
can't call himself a professor.
Oh, no kidding. How can you be a professor and not know who
Especially
Mega Man is?
a nerdy professor.
Right.
Seriously?
Who the hell doesn't
He's
know
full
who
of
Mega
crap.
Man is?
Maybe young kids don't know who Mega Man is.
I bet you even my son knows who Mega Man is. Zulus, I bet you Zulus knows who Mega Man is.
Well, we don't know how old Zulus is.
No, yeah, he still knows. I bet you anything. Anybody
I
watching
would
it.
hope so.
Anyway,
Oh, well,
so Ziegler
you
says,
never
is
know.
that a comic book character or something? And you say, no, it's a classic Nintendo game, you say. He was a robot fighting other evil robots along with his robot dog, Rush. And Ziegler just stares at you impatiently. Oh, he's getting fed up now. Ziegler's staring at us now. He's getting fucking pissed. Gun arm, you say. That's the important thing. It's a gun. It's an arm. What's not to like? Look at that. We gained 3 points to our military here. Woo woo.
Yay.
Ziegler says, fine. He says, waving off any further explanation. Carry on, then. Got my phone here. He's like, carry on, then. He turns to leave. I've got a call to make. I've got to take a call from the New York Times reporter. Funny how journalists will all copy each other's stories, but each garble the message in a unique way. That's true. Each one has their own twist on things. He makes it to the door, then turns and says, "Oh, and one more thing. Do you think your robot can be ready by tomorrow?" Whoa! That seems pretty
Whoa.
quick. Make a robot by tomorrow? Someone from the Air Force will be in town, and I told her your robot might be ready to show off by then. By tomorrow, dude? Fucking smoking dope? You feel your phone vibrating in your pocket. Bad timing. You resist the urge to check it while talking to your advisor. But it's probably someone with a better offer for what to do tonight. Ooh. Okay, so he's basically telling us we basically have to work overnight to get this thing done by tomorrow, so he can show it off to this Air Force, from the airport, someone from the Air Force. Or are we going to say, fuck you, dude, we're not getting it ready tonight, we're going to go do something else? No, there's no way this robot will be done by tomorrow, sorry. Or do we tell him the robot will be done, but a demo will be out of the question? We need to test it first. Or do you just say, oh, of course?
Oh, Zula says, yeah, I'm 49, so definitely know who Mega Man is.
All right.
LOL. Oh, okay, you're our age. All right. I would say we could have the robot done. You can have a prototype done, but there is no way a demonstration would be ready by then.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
I mean, you could have the building done, the main, like I said, rough draft, but that's
Right.
pretty much it.
You're not going to tell him
Yeah.
fuck you. Basically, this is saying fuck you.
Yeah.
This is basically
Yeah,
saying, yeah, but this is like, yeah, but I
we
can't.
need,
Yeah, we
yeah,
need more
no
time.
demo.
And this is basically just giving in and being submissive to him here. Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The robot will be done. Demo will be out of the
So
question.
you're saying the second one, right? Bro, will be done, but the demo is the other question.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Professor Ziegler grudgingly nods. I can see the logic of that. Maybe we'll just send her a demo video. Then it only has to work once. Didn't even say we wanted it to work once, dude.
Yeah,
Professor
no kidding.
Ziegler turns and walks out of the machine shop. You find yourself unclenching your hands. Who was calling you while Professor Ziegler was talking to you?
Okay.
Ellie Lau, a user experience designer and supportive friend. I don't know what that name's supposed to be. Ija?
I'd say Asia
Ijai?
or Asia. Probably Asia.
Yeah.
It's probably Asia.
And-
Call him Asia.
And the last name, I don't want to, tarnish
Hail
it if someone's last name is that.
Let's just call him Asia.
A
Hail
manga
meme.
artist and generally good guy.
Mhm.
My ambitious friend, John Anderson, founder of the startup U.S. Robotics. Ooh. Oh, who do you want to have called you?
The way you oohed about the ambitious friend John Anderson, Josh Anderson, founder of the
Yeah,
startup
U.S. Robotics.
Yeah, you got excited about that one, guys. How could we not let her get excited about this ambitious friend, Josh? I'm intrigued by her excitement over this guy. My ambitious friend, Josh Anderson.
Why am I? Because founder of the startup U.S. Robotics.
Exactly,
She's wanting to find something else. So there you go.
Oh, fine. You're not getting
That
excitement
could take
then.
the story in a different direction.
Asia. You're choosing A. You're getting Asia, a manga artist and generally good guy. There we go.
Why? Because he's a manga artist?
Yeah, because he's a manga artist, and his name is Asia.
Okay.
You couldn't pronounce it. Oh, I'm gonna call him Asia. It's probably wrong.
Oh my God.
From the missed call, your phone is displaying Asia's profile photo. It's a picture of Josh. Okay, so he's no longer Josh. Josh isn't he wasn't calling anyway. It's a picture of Josh and Asia from the freshman welcome week dance 7 years ago. Asia is wearing a white tuxedo with a red bow tie and making a V sign at the camera. Josh is wearing his usual gray hoodie, not having bothered to dress up for the dance, and his arm is around Asia.
Oh.
Okay. So, what is the story behind that picture? We don't even know if Asia's a guy or a girl. Do we?
True.
No, we don't know at this point. We're probably going to decide here. So, what is the story behind the picture? I was in love with Josh's friend Asia, but my studies always came first in college. I was in love with Josh, but I never knew how to be more than just a friend to him. I had agreed to be Josh's wing person at the dance, and that's where he met Asia. Or I was testing a music recognition algorithm when those two started bothering me. Interesting.
I'll say 3.
Okay, so I had agreed to be Josh's wing person at the dance, and that's where he met Asia. Okay, cool. I like it. Your turn.
Ready? Yes, you and Josh did everything together. You made a great team. When Asia started talking to you, you thought at first, from his sense of style, that he was Josh's type, and you introduced them. It turned out they had no chemistry, but you all enjoyed each other's company, and the 3 of you became friends throughout college. You don't see them all that often now, but they're still your friends. You notice that, what are we calling him, Asia?
Asia, yeah.
Also left you a text. Asia wants to meet for dinner at a jazz and sushi place in San Francisco, which is about an hour north of you. He also has tickets to the rendition of the musical Pippin, in which most of the characters are robots.
Wow.
Sounds like a date. That's a little terrifying. You text back. Sounds great. See you then. Afraid I can't tonight. Sorry. Busy tonight, but do you want to come by tomorrow to see the robot? Or the last one, I don't reply. I prefer to pretend I missed the text.
Wow. So basically, I could basically fuck you over. I could fuck you over here. I could basically say, yes, we're taking the date, and we're getting the robot. That'd be
And
messed up.
yeah, and be in massive trouble and
Yeah.
probably lose your position.
Yeah. But you'd have fun, right? Going and watching the rendition musical Pippin.
Well, she probably would.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it would be best to be honest. Me personally, I think it would be best to be honest and just tell him you're busy tonight, you can't, and then see if he wants to come over tomorrow. But again, it's your choice, not mine.
You were going to say you're busy tonight, but you're going to welcome him to come over and see the robot tomorrow. Bam. Okay, sure, is the response. This probably isn't Ijai's preferred way to see you, but you really, so he basically says, okay, sure, I'll come over tomorrow. It's probably not his preferred way to see you, but you really want to work on your robot tonight. You do not just want to work on the robot tonight, we pretty much have to. You spend the rest of the day drilling holes, polishing surfaces, cutting parts, and screwing things together. When you're done, your robot's body stands before you. A metal bipod robot with a puppet head and a gun arm. The whole thing is about 3 feet tall.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Now it only needs a name. Here comes the fun part, guys.
I looked at the first name!
Pickle. What will you name your robot?
Why am I naming it food?
It's your choice.
I'm
You get to
hungry.
name this thing. You get to name this thing. How perfect.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
we got a 3-foot tall robot with a fucking a puppet head, a gun arm made out of metal. Oh my god. What are you gonna name him?
You didn't read.
Oh yeah, sorry, I gotta read all these names. Right. Pickle,
You too.
Pickle.
Read them to me.
Green, Curry, Maiku, Danielle, I guess. Beast,
Danelle.
Danelle, Beast, Kill All, Ariel, Caliban, Famulous, Guardy Lou, or I prefer to come up with my own robot name, thank you.
I so badly want to do pickle, but I'm gonna do Gardy Lou.
Do it if you want to name it Pickle, do it.
No, I'm gonna do Gardy Lou.
You're gonna do what?
Gardy Lou.
Gardy
Gardy
Lou.
Lou.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Gardy Lou is his name, guys.
Yay, Gardy Lou. You expect your robot to be a little force for chaos wherever it goes.
I can imagine that.
Yes, a force for chaos with a puppet head. But want to be subtle about it. You name it Gardy Lou after what Renaissance people would yell before dumping crap out of their windows. Oh my god!
This is too funny. Oh my god. Now you know what that means. Just discovered what a great name you chose.
I'm gonna use that later. Now that Gardy Lou
Did you guys hear that?
has a body, it might be time to treat Gardy Lou more like a person. With what pronouns will you prefer to Gardy Lou?
Oh my
It
god.
is just fine. It's not human. I will refer to her as feminine. I will refer to him as masculine. I would prefer to use entirely new pronouns for robots, like re, rur, and rim.
Wow. Rur, and rim. For robot. R for the robot. Not he, but re. Not her, but rur. Oh my god.
This is not Giger and
That is so
Gim.
That is so lame.
Gardy
The last one is so
Lou.
lame, I think.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Gardy Lou is what Renaissance people would yell before dumping shit out of the windows.
Seriously?
Wow.
I don't remember learning that.
I don't remember learning that either, but now you know.
Oh, I'm
See, you
so
learned something
looking this
today.
up while you're going.
You're gonna look this up, huh?
I'm so looking this up right now.
Gardy Lou.
Gardy Lou.
It is just fine. It's not human. I will refer to
Oh my
her
God.
as feminine. I'll refer to him as masculine.
That's it. That's the truth.
What does it say?
Gardy Lou. Used by people in medieval Scotland to warn passers-by of waste about to be thrown from a window into the street below. The term was still in use as late as the 1930s and 1940s, when many people had no indoor toilets. Oh my God, it's just Scottish reference.
Wow.
Oh,
That is interesting,
my
guys.
gosh!
Gardy Lou! So I'm kind of visualizing this as like a timber. It
Was not just waste, but like any kind of waste.
not
Not
yeah,
just human waste, but also like slop from food and things.
right.
They would holler Gardy Lou. Oh, this is awesome.
I kind of visualize that like somebody's yelling timber, when they chop down a tree or whatever. Timber! So they're yelling. I'm visualizing these people up 20 feet, 20 stories in an apartment. They're about to dump all this shit.
They didn't have apartments back then.
Well, not apartments. Well, buildings, whatever. I don't know.
Yes,
sure. Renaissance.
when the newest high rise was built in the Renaissance era.
You could still say Gardy Lou today, though.
Yes, I'm so gonna holler Gardy Lou next time I throw out apples or something to the raccoons. I'm screaming Gardy Lou.
Jump out a bunch of shit all over fucking. That's what I'm visualizing now, though. Is people to today's society saying Gardy Lou, 20 stories up in an apartment. Gardy Lou! And you're walking down the street and you see all this fucking bucket full of shit.
If someone hollers Gardy Lou, you run.
You better run, yeah.
See, you guys got some, I was going to say edumacation. You learned something new today.
You did too.
Sorry, I had no idea.
Gardy Lou. Gardy Lou is going to be a male.
Gardy Lou who?
Gardy Lou will be a male robot.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Okay. Encouraging people to think Gardy Lou as human-like as opposed to object-like should help him get along with people. So we got a plus to empathy. So I guess I made a good choice there. You look on Gardy Lou's 3-foot-tall bipedal body with satisfaction. Now all he needs are motors and a mind. The motors will have to wait for tomorrow, but you spent years in graduate school writing the code that would form his robot's mind, and you could hardly wait to try it out. You head back to your apartment where you spend several hours working on the final touches of Gardy Lou's natural language processing code. What language do you program your robots in? C++, speed of thought is all? Python, it has the best tools for understanding words. Go, the most beautiful language, or Java. Everybody uses Java. Sarah gets to make this choice.
I would say because you're wanting him to be speedy.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to want something slow. I would say C++ then.
Yep, I would agree with that.
I mean, Python's good. I mean, Python's a good, language to use, a good tool. But I think for this, it'd be C++.
Sounds cool. All right.
Okay. Like the game industry, which also still uses C++, you understand that speed is most important. All other concerns are secondary. Your code is full of asterisks, ampersands, what is that?
Tiles?
Okay. Parentheses and arrows, like the blackboard of a hyperactive professor who has had too much to drink. Somewhere in this code is a memory leak or a mismanaged pointer that will cause your robot to crash or possibly decide to take over the world. In the meantime, the code is quite fast.
Uh-oh, you made a mistake coding
With
that thing,
the
girl.
code...
Yeah, I mean, it only could have a crash and decide to take over the whole world. I mean, no big deal.
Okay, just gotta learn how to take him out. With the code done, you then briefly add just enough motors to allow Gardy Lou to explore your room. It's a quick job. You'll do a more thorough one tomorrow. Your smartphone won't have much power for the motors right now anyway. Finally, you upload the code to your smartphone and plug it into Gardy Lou's back. You touch the icon labeled Gardy Lou, and a big red button fills the screen. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Your finger hovers over the button. You probably want the first word Gardy Lou learns to be significant somehow.
Ooh.
What is the first thing Gardy Lou will see when you power him on?
Ooh, this sounds like an important decision.
I'll start Gardy Lou in front of a mirror. I will start Gardy Lou looking at me. Or I will start Gardy Lou looking out of the window, and I will just start naming things.
Wow. Okay. Probably want the first word Gardy Lou learns to be significant somehow. So what's the first thing he's going to see when you power him on? Picture of himself, basically looking in the mirror, looking at you, or start guardedly looking out the window. And I'll just start naming things. I think you want him to not look selfishly at himself in the mirror. And I think that you don't want him too focused on one individual. So for that reason, I'm going to choose the third option, looking out the window, maybe having more of an open mind. That's kind of my thought process there.
Okay.
For that. You place Guardilu at the window looking outside and then hit the big red button. You begin pointing to things. Tree, car, person, flower, grass. Cool. And he says tree, car, person, flower, grass, Guardilu says. And he speaks in a monotone, like a classic robot, a sequence of auto-tuned notes, like human speech, but more musical. Or a nasal, excitable voice, like a hyperactive munchkin with a cold. Wow.
I would say the middle one.
Okay, so kind of a musical. All right, so tree, car, person, flower, grass.
Not exactly, but
well,
okay.
but more musical. It says more musical, but yeah. Okay.
Okay, Gardelou speaks with each syllable on a different note of a major scale, rising or falling in thirds and fifths when asking a question, expressing doubt, or providing a contrast. The lilting result sounds pleasant and a little otherworldly. As you list off the things, Gardelou looks up to the window, pressing his puppet head. Pressing his puppet head against the glass. You can tell he's itching to explore the great wide world so full of things, and is a little frustrated by the glass separating him from it all. You then pick Gardelou up and put him down in the center of the room to allow him to explore at will. But at first, he simply seems overwhelmed by the possibilities. You decide to call this state confusion. I then give Gardelou a reassuringly straightforward order. Curiosity. I allow Gardelou to choose where to go. For loneliness, I stand further away to make the point.
Oh. Confusion, I then give Gardelou. So basically, you can have more control of him, or do you want to give him control and allow him to choose where he wants to go, give him freedom by saying curiosity, or you want to stand further away to make the point?
But you also, what do you want to assign this moment to him? Do you want him to refer to this moment as what word?
Oh, I see. Let's just go with curiosity. Give him a mind of his own, I guess, or whatever, and let him choose where to go. Curiosity, Gardelou repeats. Autonomy, is that how you pronounce that? Autonomy. Autonomy, yeah. Plus to autonomy. And basically this means, the word means the ability to, for something to work by itself, or work without you having to tell it everything to do. That word pretty much means, right? What I understand to mean, right? He walks up to your closet and peeks inside, but it's something of a mess in there. Sarah, you got a mess in your closet?
This isn't me.
No, that's right. This is Veronica. And he quickly gets his bipedal moving parts caught in your clothing. Uh-oh. You pick Gardelou up in your hands, and he wriggles nervously. Okay. So I got you, you say. And he says, you got me. He continues to wiggle. They stop. Your robot becomes steel in your hands. You decide to teach him that the word for this state is peace, trust, helplessness, or weakness.
Trust.
Okay, I like that. Trust me, I'm giving you the orders. Yeah, trust me. I get that.
Okay. Trust. What?
Go ahead.
Trust, Gardelou repeats back as you set him on the ground. You have taught him to have a little faith that when a human does something he doesn't understand, things will turn out well. By now, it is near midnight, and you have another busy day ahead of improving Gardy Lou. You get to bed, you get ready for bed, leaving Gardy Lou plugged into the wall with your cell phone charger. Stay here, you tell him. Gardy Lou obediently stays very still.
Cool.
So still that while you are drifting off to sleep, you glance down at Gardy Lou just to make sure his code didn't crash.
I can see that.
Yeah, really. But he's still there, looking up at you adoringly with his little Muppet head. And you,
Yeah.
and you think he will probably remain like that all night.
Wow.
With his little Muppet head.
So, I gotta say, guys, I had fun with this, and I'm glad I bought it, because at first I didn't know if it was a good idea or whatever to buy this Choice of Robots. Like I said, I know I thought about buying this years ago. Somebody recommended it to me. But I think today was the right day for this. Do it with Sarah. I had fun with this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this. The question is, Sarah, what have you thought about Choice of Robots so far?
I think it's cute. Okay. Yes, I think it is fun. Especially, I mean, it wouldn't be as much fun if I was doing it by myself, I think.
Okay.
But to have the interaction with, everyone watching and with you, I think that helps. It helps it to be more fun. And hey, I learned a new word.
You
today.
did. You already looked it up.
Yeah, I did.
But one thing you told me,
So,
Sarah,
yeah.
one thing you told me before is that one thing you can't do, you said you've listened
I
to
couldn't visualize
Yeah,
it.
you
I mean,
couldn't visualize it.
I could see the Muppet head. Okay,
Right,
I
okay.
could imagine what Gardy Lou looks like.
Right.
But to, envision her room and all of that,
Yeah.
not that great. I need more description, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And again, there was reading it and all of that. And to be able to, to be able to envision it fully like I could with a book in my mind, no. But when I'm reading a book, it's just me and the book too.
True.
I'm not talking to people. I'm not watching a chat. I'm not all of that. So I think that really kills it for me. But I did have fun.
One thing I used to do, like when I used to read more, before computers, basically, back before, I mean, I had a Commodore back then when I used to read quite a bit, but I haven't read a book in so long now. But one thing I used to know is that, you get so engrossed in a book, and books can take you into a whole new world. And I remember reading a book, and it would be like a sunny day outside, a sunny spring day or whatever. And I remember I was so engrossed in one book one time that it was like raining and thundering outside or whatever. And I got done reading the book. I got to the end of a chapter like we did here or whatever. And I could have swore like it was raining and thundering outside. And I look outside of the sun and I'm like, wow, I was just captivated by that book. You just like step back into your own world from wherever you were reading in. And books can take you into a whole other place. I mean, you can almost feel like you're there if you get really engrossed in a book, for sure.
Yeah, and I just don't feel that way about these.
Yeah. But still, we had fun, and
yes, we did. I did. I had fun.
Are you willing to continue with Chapter 2? Not today, but in the next few days, we'll continue this.
Yeah, because I want to see what happens to little Gardy Lou.
Yeah, we got to see what happens to Gardy
The
Lou.
little cute little Muppet head.
Yeah, we got to see how he does. We got to see if he gets funded. And I have a feeling there's going to be more in store for. Yeah, I have a feeling that novel. I don't think that it would be this highly rated if there wasn't some kind of adventure or chaos.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. Especially since mentioned twice now about crashing.
Yeah, the code crashing.
And there could be problems.
Him trying to take over the world.
That's where your choice will be, whether or not Gardy Lou tries to take over the world, or if he remains okay. So
yeah, somehow I feel like this is going to be more about Gardy Lou, the robot we've created, than it will be about Veronica Goldberg or whatever her named her.
Yeah.
Got to be all about Gardy Lou. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this stream. At least we got the game working, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks so much for being here, guys. We will be back tomorrow with our live stream with Zaxtorian.
Yes, looking for games that are on sale, on the cheap.
Yep.
Ones that are easily affordable and not complete loads of hooey.
Yep. Tomorrow we'll be on the
Ones
search
that we don't
for-
have to scream Guardy Lou before we dump them out.
Yeah, no kidding, right? We'll be looking for those games you guys could get on the cheaps that will
Yes.
give you hours and hours of fun gameplay. So
Yep.
it's been a pleasure being with you guys here and having you here with us, Azulis and
Thanks,
Jessica. If
everybody.
you're still here, whoever else is here, thanks so much for being here, guys.
Zulus, whomever.
Have a good one, guys. Love you all. Take
Bye,
care, everybody.
everyone.
Peace.